Hi guys, this is Kris and Andy Murphy.
As a full-time RVing family of over 4 years, we're here to share our top 5 things to avoid when planning an RV trip.
Let's go.
Tip number 1, avoid waiting until the last minute. With more and more people willing to get outside with their RVs, it is becoming a very critical part of your RV trip planning to plan ahead. This is really key when you're trying to plan over those highly trafficked time frames like summer vacations, holidays, or even heading to those really highly anticipated areas like national parks.
Our second tip is to avoid winging it. We have had a hard time in sometimes fitting into certain locations or not having the expected hookups we've had if we've just kind of gone off a whim and either made a change to existing plans or just kind of showed up in places. Another important thing around this is boondocking. Kind of have a plan B. Although boondocking can be a lot of fun to do kind of last minute and you don't really know where you're going to stay, sometimes they're full, sometimes they're closed, or sometimes they're covered in mud from a recent rainstorm, and having a plan B is a great option.
Tip number 3, avoid long travel days when possible. Long hauls can be tough on everyone and everything, including your towing equipment. So be sure to make use of those pit stops along the way to not only stretch out your legs, but refuel and rehydrate along the way, especially if you have furry companions and kids in tow. Pit stops can include anything from your typical rest areas on the highways, scenic pullouts like having lunch on the side of the road next to Yellowstone Lake in the middle of Yellowstone National Park, or even taking advantage of those fun photo opportunities off the beaten path. Think of Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo, Texas.
Tip number 4 is about avoiding breakdowns or any other travel-related issues. A lot of this can be done through preventative maintenance, so making sure your tires are at the right kind of tire pressure, making sure you have the correct kind of oil on you or extra oil, and kind of having those extra tools with you so if you do have a tire blowout, you can change it yourself. You don't have to wait or try and get in self-service to call somebody to come help you. The last thing anybody wants on an RV trip is to be stuck in the middle of nowhere and just not have the right tools to do that. That also reduces your stress if something does happen.
And finally, tip number 5, avoid rushing the process. Use planning tools that offer you checklists in order to stay organized while packing for your RV trip. Rushing the process inevitably will leave something behind or leave you not checking something before heading out. For example, leaving the handle out on your door while you're driving down the road, or forgetting to do a full walk around, making sure windows and vents are closed before you head out on your trip. Be sure to use these 5 tips for a smooth RV trip next time you head out.
See you guys on the road.
Bye.
Bye.